That's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
Flu season starts with all kinds of symptoms. At Walmart, we can help you be prepared before they show up with products like Mucinex to help relieve chest congestion and Delsum to help silence coughs for 12 hours. You'll also want to be ready with Sudafed PE to relieve sinus congestion and pressure, and Motrin for body aches and to reduce fever. So don't wait until the symptoms have already started. Be prepared for flu season this year. Stock up on everything you need at Walmart.
Use all products as directed.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
How would you like to have a large portion of your credit card debt completely forgiven, both the principal and interest? National Credit Card Relief wants to give you free information that shows you how. Thousands of people have used this program to have their credit card debt forgiven. So call now for free information and consultation. We'll give you the secret to this money-saving program absolutely free. Get eye-opening information that could save you thousands of dollars a year or a month, depending on how much you owe. In fact, the more you owe, the more you can save. All you need is $10,000 or more in credit debt, medical bills, or department store debt to qualify. Call for free debt forgiveness information now at 800-546-2909. That's 800-546-2909. To discover the secret to having your credit card debt forgiven, call 800-546-2909. 800-546-2909. Don't wait, call now. 800-546-2909.
Your application looks great, but I'm not seeing any marketing experience.
The ad said mechanic needed.
Right, but I need a mechanic/marketing wizard. What do you know about reputation management?
Nothing.
Search engine optimization?
Is that under the hood?
Let Dex Media be your marketing department. We can help with any digital marketing solution from search to social. Contact Dex Media, that's DEX Media, to get found, get chosen, and get talked about. Call 844-230-3436 or visit dexmedia.com today.
With your Tuesday news, I'm Jim Miller, KCAA, 1050 AM, CNBC News, the station that leaves no listener behind. Here's your news. Full and empty beer bottles and cans fell out of the bed of a pickup truck driven by an alleged drunken man who crashed into at least one Rialto police car as he tried to flee from officers yesterday morning. 36-year-old Juan Pablo Mercado Romo was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence, assaulted a peace officer, and evading police just after 7 a.m. Police conducting a DUI patrol near Lilac Street and Rialto Avenue when they spotted Romo in a silver truck. Officers suspected he may have been driving while intoxicated and then tried to pull him over. Sheriff's investigators looking for a man who has reportedly been stalking female hikers on a local trail, leaving messages on one vehicle and bodily fluid on another. On Saturday, a woman called San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies to report that a man had been stalking her while she was on the Blue Mountain Trail, which begins at Westwood Drive and Honey Hill Road. Authorities learned that a Latino male in his 40s with dark complexion, light medium build, and shorter length dark hair frequents the area in a white van. Woman found unresponsive at her West Valley Detention Center cell over the weekend, and an initial investigation shows she may have committed suicide. 23-year-old Carla Jones of Rancho Cucamonga was found on Saturday before 3:30. Jones being held in a single-person cell alone at the time. Deputies and medical staff attempted to revive her. She was taken to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead. Jones arrested in Los Angeles County in September of 2012 on an arson case. I'm Jim Miller, KCAA, 1050 AM, CNBC News, the station that leaves no listener behind.
KCAA Radio, Loma Linda, where no listener is ever left behind.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up my phone.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. And I'm digging this song because, you know, and of course it made me think of the I don't want to work. I just want to bang on these drums all day. Yeah, I'm kind of in that mode right now. How about you, Todd?
I'm just enjoying the fact that we're getting some rain.
Yes.
I love the sound of the rain falling.
I love the smell of the rain.
Yeah. Now, I hope people are being real careful on the roads because it's not something Californians have to deal with often. But, boy, it's nice and needed.
Yeah, and it's been just enough to get the roads nice and slick.
Yeah.
So people, don't be idiots. Drive well. So I have to, before I get started, I do what I always do. I want to do what I always do, which is let everybody know all the ways they can listen to this station. Of course, you can find us at 1050 on the AM dial. You can also find us at kcaaradio.com, where you'll find links to all of our social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You'll also find our embedded Ustream feed. We have a camera in the studio, or you can click through and listen and watch it on YouTube. You can click a button and just listen to us online. You can find a phone number if you don't have internet and you don't have a radio. You can listen to us over the phone at 832-999-1050, 832-999-1050. If you've got an Apple device, you can use the TuneIn app. If you've got an Android device, you can go to kcaaexpress.com. So there's, no matter how you're listening, there's a way to do it. So whatever equipment you have. So got a great show planned today. First up, we are going to be talking about, now we've heard of Black Lives Matter. We've heard people say all lives matter. Well, Terry Boykins has his Street Positive movement. They're doing the Daughters Lives Matter. It's a campaign to promote healthy father and daughter relationships. He'll be up first. He's actually on the line waiting now. And the second half of the show, we'll be talking with John Tavis. He is a New York Times bestselling author of the book called The Vatican Diaries, examining how the Catholic Church evaluates, judges, and controls miraculous events, and offers a glimpse at the behind-the-scenes debate over the authenticity. So that's very, very interesting. So without any further delay, Terry Boykins, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Erin. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We got some rain here in Southern California.
Oh, amen. We need it. So,
I'm glad to hear.
So tell us about your Daughters Lives Matter movement.
Wow. Well, Erin, you and I have covered the fatherhood importance issue before.
Yes.
And this particular one comes out of a number of women over the years. Believe it or not, we've been actually in the San Bernardino area since 2006 now.
Wow. So next year's a big year for you.
Yeah, this is a big year, and we're excited about it, particularly after all the conversations about the importance of fathers in the lives of their daughters. This has been echoed all over the United States, and of course the West Coast is, one that jumps out there and really, pushes, the changes. This is what we do on the West Coast. This is what we do in the IE, and so the whole campaign's focus is to deal with education primarily. That's the focus of the Million Father March. But in particularly, as relates to daughters, the impact and the data of the importance that fathers have on a girl's education, her not becoming pregnant, her finishing school, her having economic sustainability, the relationships and the affirmation issue. So there's a lot that's happening with regards to the data that's out that shows that fathers that are involved with the lives of their daughters yields significant benefits to society overall.
I would agree. A father teaches a daughter, first of all, how she should be treated. He teaches her that she's worth positive relationships. He teaches her what a positive relationship looks like, and it's very important. Little girls who grow up with dads in their lives get a real head start on those who don't.
That's true, and that's what the data shows.
So tell us, you're having an event out at this weekend at Fiesta Village. Tell us about that.
Yes, we're very excited about taking the campaign to Fiesta Village on Saturday, the 19th of September, and it will involve, once again, the focus on education. We will be getting to assemble about 9:30 in the morning. The official event starts on time at 10 o'clock. So if you come at 10:01 and we're in motion, don't complain because you heard it right here with Aaron Brinker. So this
That's
will
right.
be we will be and so it's going to be an exciting day. We're changing the format a little bit because we wanted to engage and actually it'll be the longest Million Father March campaign we've had, from 10 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock. And the whole goal, so we're excited about that. And Aaron, the whole goal is to actually have fathers spending time with their daughters for an entire day. It's just them spending time with their daughter and interacting with other fathers with daughters, to really just focus on that time away from work, away from well, they'll probably have their phones with them, but away from social media. That becomes their social media, and their social importance for the day is to focus in on the well-being of their daughters. The whole family is invited, but the focus is to really enjoy some exciting things, from laser tags to the go-karts to the batting cage to the miniature golf. Just come and spend some time with your daughter and just really share some good times and some good memories, because she's only going to be a little girl one time.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a father of daughters, and if you haven't spent time with your daughter, then you're missing out on something too. It not only impacts them, but it impacts you profoundly. Terry, how can people get tickets?
They can go two things. They can. I would recommend at this point in time that they come to the event. Fiesta Village is going to be ready to take your money, your credit cards. We're not going to do the aluminum cans and the bottles this time. But they can come to the event. I would say at 9:30 they'll be set up to get you tickets, to get you wristbands. $14.95 for the entire all-day pass.
Wow.
For the event. Yeah, $14.95. They made a special arrangement. We also have there's a car wash across the street that's going to give you a special deal as well, but this is a part of the Million Father March. But 9:30, come and get your tickets, and just have a great time with everybody who's going to be there. It's an incredible lineup today, on that day.
So tell us about the lineup.
Wow. What we're going to do, we're going to actually kick off the day with, which is exciting, once again, the education focus. Dr. Ted Alejandre, the San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools, will be there. Kenneth Young, Riverside County Department of Education, will be the keynote speaker.
Wow, you've got them both.
We've got them both. Matter of fact, we actually have them both. We also have representation of certificates of recognition for the Daughter Lives Matter Award recipients, and those recipients will be Josie Gonzalez. Everyone knows Josie Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah, she's fabulous.
Yes, and Josie was the one that really kind of initiated this issue to me about the importance of fathers and lives of daughters. Aquanetta Warren, mayor of Fontana, has been very involved over the years with fatherhood importance, fatherhood engagements. Pastor Karen Sykes for Riverside, Susanna Zamudio, Riverside Unified School District, will be receiving an award. Patricia Nichols from Community Action Partnerships, and Cheyenne English, who runs and oversees an organization called Women Who Hide, which deals with some of the emotional impacts of not having fathers in your lives. She will be receiving an award. So the Daughter Lives Matter Awards basically will be kicking off. James Ramos' office has been gracious of being able to provide certificates of recognition. This will happen when you get up early with Aaron Brinker and the crew. And so that will happen. And then we have a phenomenal lineup. We actually have a gentleman named Saul Knopf that is from Smyrna, Delaware, has the top father-daughter song in the nation. He is flying to the Inland Empire to perform live for these women for their recognition of fatherhood importance.
Wow, that's fantastic. And he's got you can hear his song on YouTube. It's called My Baby Girl.
Aaron, you beat me again, see? My Baby Girl. And I want to tell your listeners, get your Kleenex ready because it's a touching song.
Wonderful. Well, and Fiesta Village is great fun. Now, do you know if the water slides are going to be open, or is that already gone because the summer's over?
Correct. The summer's over and schools are back in session, and so the park, I believe, just by tradition, they close the water park when the school goes back in session.
Okay, but you have batting cages, there's go-karts, there's laser tag, there's obviously mini golf, there are rides, there's a roller rink there, there's what do you call that? There's a pizza place right next door, Nickelodeon Pizza, and of course you have Dairy Queen on the property. And some of those I think are probably extra. Like if you want to skate, that's probably not in the $14.95. But it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to spend the day.
It's a great way to spend the day. And I'll tell you, two more points if I could, real quick.
Sure.
Three issues. There's three issues that we're emphasizing with regards to the father-daughter relationship. Number one is education. That becomes very key. The theme for the event is celebrating love, life, and education success. And education is always a part of the Million Father March. Number two is an area that basically came out of a result of the importance of fatherhood engagement, and that is victimization prevention. To look at the issues, we're aware of what's happening with sex trafficking. We understand what's happening with bullying, even dating violence. Is a very big issue. And what we do know is that when fathers are involved with a daughter's life, this becomes something that becomes minimized.
Yep.
So that victimization prevention becomes key. The other one is poverty diversion. We've all heard about the poverty campaigns around the country, but there's nothing that is, I think, more heartbreaking to a parent than to see their child struggle financially. We know the issue of homelessness. We understand the issues of people having to do things to make money in dire circumstances, and this is part of the issue with regards to the sex trafficking, the prostitution. We know what's going on in San Bernardino, and that's one thing about the Million Father March. We're going to keep it real. Street Positive, we're going to keep it real. What we want to make sure occurs, all fathers unite with us at Fiesta Village on the 19th to show our daughters how important they are and how important it is to protect them and ensure that they have an education to have economic sustainability to enjoy life. It's going to be better for your mental health, your emotional well-being, for your pocketbook without a question, and that's what we want to do for all fathers to really look at victimization prevention. We do not want our little girls or our daughters being victimized, period.
No, we don't.
No question about it. And that's what we're doing. And so that's what we have planned. So we got a lot of work to do as fathers. We're going to have a lot of fun, but we're going to get down to business as well. And we have birdsong singers from the Native American tribe. We've got young people. We have a mariachi youth group that is actually comprised of special needs children that's going to be performing as well.
Oh, how fun. How fun! So this is great. Now, do you have a website? I know you do, but I'm not going to stomp on you this time.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm getting used to you now after all these years, man. That way I can roll with you.
So, what is your website?
www.streetpositive.com. www.streetpositive.com. And you also can go to daughterslivesmatter.com. Either one of those two will get you information. We just want to really send a message to the Inland Empire that the IE has fatherhood engagement like no one else around the United States.
So thank you so much for joining us today. Terry, it's been great having you on. It always is. Thank you for this incredibly important work that you're doing, and I know it's going to be a blast out there on Saturday.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Thanks for having us in here, and we appreciate all you're doing, and we just look forward to listening to you and
thank you.
Make it successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we've been talking with Terry Boykins. He is the executive director for Street Positive. Daughters' Lives Matter. Saturday, get out there early, 9:30. Get out there to Fiesta Village this coming Saturday. It's a lot of fun. Bring your little girl. So it's time for a break. It's 6:20. I'm Aaron Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050, and we'll be right back.
San Bernardino, Loma Linda, Rialto listens to KCAA Radio.
Donnie Trump is said to be the goofiest presidential pretender in the GOP stable. But after all, he's a professional, made-for-TV stuntman. So his P.T. Barnum political shtick is no surprise. But the real surprise is that the flare-haired Donald is getting a serious challenge for goofiest of them all from an amateur practitioner of slapstick, Scott Walker. Only a few weeks ago, the political cognoscenti were hailing the sleepy-eyed Wisconsin governor as one of the, quote, serious candidates in the Republican herd. But he has since done so many splashy flip-flops on his policies that SeaWorld is reportedly trying to hire him to do backflips with Shamu. For example, he had previously been a quasi-sane Republican on the issue of citizenship for some undocumented immigrants. But when Trump surged to front-runner status as a flaming, maniacal immigrant basher, suddenly Scotty began foaming at the mouth like a mad dog, trying to out-bash Donnie. Yes, he yapped, Trump is right that we need to build a big old hermetically sealed wall on the Mexican border, but, he frantically exclaimed, we also need to build a wall across our northern border with Canada. Canada? Even Republicans hooted at such overwrought goofiness. As Rand Paul politely put it, that's a pretty dumb idea. So dumb that Governor Goofy collapsed into an addlepated heap of denial. I didn't say that at all, he barked a couple of days later. I've never talked about a wall to the north. Only he had. On Meet the Press, the national TV show. Walker was asked directly, do you want to build a wall north of here too? Rather than laugh it off, Walker declared with a straight face, that is a legitimate issue for us to look at. This is Jim Hightower saying, a 4,000-mile wall to protect us from friendly Canadians? Or maybe he wants to keep us from escaping to Canada if he becomes president. Walker is serious, all right. Seriously goofy.
Hi, this is Steve Aladort from Rancho Financial with the Mortgage Minute. With property values increasing, this might be the perfect time to do a loan checkup to see if it makes sense to refinance. Do you have an equity line? If your equity line is getting close to 10 years old, your payment is about to fully amortize. Coupled with the certainty that the feds will soon increase short-term rates, there might be a substantial jump in payment on your line of credit. If we combine your current loan, equity line, and possibly even some of your credit debt, there could be a substantial reduction in what you have to pay each month. Do you have VA eligibility? VA will allow 100% cash-out financing. This may be a perfect time to use your eligibility. We can go 85% cash out with FHA or 80% with a standard conventional loan. There are many possible options that could make a huge difference in your monthly payments. That's why you need a loan financial planner to provide you with all of your possible options. Give me a call, Steve Aladort, at 888-563-1070. That's 888-563-1070, or go to loanfinancialplanner.com.
It's time for your KCAA AM 1050 traffic report. I'm Erin Brinker. In Riverside, it's stop-and-go traffic on the 60 westbound between the 215 and the 91. Traffic slows again on the 15 to the 57. The 10 west is slow and go from Sierra Avenue to the 57. The 210 west is busy from the 15 to the 57. In Corona, there's an accident. The left lane is blocked on the 91 eastbound approaching Highway 71. There is an overturned vehicle. In Riverside, there's stop-and-go traffic on the 91 westbound between La Sierra Avenue and Green River Road. East is heavy from Van Buren to 3rd Street. The 71 South is busy between Pine Avenue and the 91. In Norco, there's stop-and-go traffic on the I-15 northbound between 6th Street and Harupa Street. The 16 South is heavy in pockets between the 210 and Limonite. In Fontana, there's an accident. The left lane is blocked. The 15 southbound approaching Sierra Avenue. In Moreno Valley, there's stop-and-go traffic on the 215 northbound between Cactus Avenue and La Cadena Drive/Iowa Street. The 60 West is also busy between Day Street and the 215. Finally, in Chino Hills, there's an accident. The shoulder is blocked on the 71 northbound before Chino Avenue. This involves a solo vehicle over the right side embankment. Drive safely, everybody. The roads are wet. I'm Erin Brinker with your KCAA AM 1050 traffic report.
We found the problem with your car.
And
Turns out the carburetor differential modulator is out.
what?
And while we were digging around in there, this thing fell off.
stop. There's no automotive repair nightmares at Diego Martinez's 5-Star Automotive in San Bernardino. 5-Star Automotive, where you'll get a great experience, and home of the $15.99 oil change. That's right, just $15.99. They specialize in transmissions, brake repair, AC, and many other repairs, all with a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. Diego knows when your auto needs 5-star attention, it's never convenient. He offers a 12-month interest-free auto repair loan on major auto repairs with no money down. He'll even throw in free towing and a 10% discount for his neighbors in the 909 who work for the city and county of San Bernardino. Call 909-387-0770. That's 387-0770. Your neighbors at 909 West 2nd Street in San Bernardino.
Kcaa Radio, Loma Linda, where no listener is ever left behind.
Are you ready? All right.
Love this song. Thank you, Brandon. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. Yes, we're feeling a little not wanting to work here on this Tuesday morning. Not that I have any drums to bang on. Love it. Now I need a vacation.
Good day to play.
Exactly. Play in the rain because we desperately need it. You know, it's there's a study that just came out that the snow melt has hit a dismal low, and we've been hearing this, but the mountains reveal the worst water news in 500 years. Let that sink in. 500 years. So
yeah, well, and here's my personal take on this. Looking at stats, there wasn't some guy out there 500 years ago with a stick measuring snowpack. So this is an estimate. We could have had some really bad years 500 years ago that they're just not aware of. But I understand there's ways of getting estimates of what was going on prior to actually having estimate or people out measuring. But this is still a projection.
Well, Indeed. It says if California doesn't have enough water problems, now scientists say the Sierra Nevada snowpack, which gives the state nearly a third of its surface water, is at a shocking 500-year low. This is according to The Guardian. That means California, now in its fourth year of drought, can't rely as much on winter snow accumulation in the mountains to fill streams and reservoirs during the hot summers. It was unprecedented, said Valerie Trowett, who led the study published in Nature Climate Change. When you are a climate scientist, first you get excited by the results, then you realize the extreme level of snowpack is not something to get excited about. That's the, oh, wow, look what we discovered. Oh, God, look what we discovered. Trowett's team researched their conclusion by analyzing the rings on the trunks of 1,500 blue oak trees in the region. A CNBC reports winter precipitation plays a big role in the tree's growth, which makes sense, which can be measured by the width of each year's ring. And the last year was pretty darn thin. So how did it get this bad? Seems that last winter's record high temperature and lack of rain led to dismally low snow accumulation. Well, yeah, it just melted. And she warns that California's uncontrollable wildfires can be linked to the lack of Sierra Nevada snowmelt, which scientists had already figured was at a 100-year low. If the climate keeps warming, she adds, chances of this happening again in the future are much higher than they were in the past. So, yeah, we knew it's bad. I mean, if you look at pictures, you've seen these pictures on the internet of satellite pictures of the snowpack this year versus, a couple of years ago. And, there's barely any snowpack at all. Which is,
absolutely. Yeah, it's been really bad out there in terms of, we're all on water watch because there is no snowmelt for us to use.
Yep. So we need to get better. I mean, here they've talked about this El Nino coming, and of course we don't know what it'll be like until it's here. But we need to be better at capturing the water. And from what I understand, Southern California is much better at it than Northern California, capturing the water in our reservoirs and using that water for the purposes that we need. The Northern California they've not had to worry about it, and so a lot of theirs just runs off into the ocean.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't read that, but that's very interesting to hear that go SoCal.
Exactly, and that's the Metropolitan Water District. They've been really, proactive in making sure that we save water down here because, it's a semi-arid climate. I mean, in the inland areas, you've got desert, and then the coastal areas, it's Mediterranean. But we're used to not having a lot.
Without
of
irrigation, we live in a desert.
Exactly,
I mean, the IE is a desert, and it's not that you don't. All you have to do is step 2 feet outside of where people are watering their lawns to see that we live in a desert.
Yeah, we do. We do. My horrible lawn right now, because we're only watering it, the bare minimum really looks bad. It does.
Yeah, but you're not the only one on the block. Everybody's doing, and we're all in the same boat. So, we've gotten to the point where we can't afford to have a green lawn and, be able to drink enough water every day and grow our crops. I recently drove my daughter back to UC Davis, and going up the up the center of the state, there were signs along the freeway at some of these different big farms saying, growing food is not wasting water. And so I know they're getting the pinch as well, and they can't get enough water. And they're our breadbasket. So
they are.
It's a big issue.
Well, and from what I understand, there's some towns up in the Central Valley that have up to 40% unemployment. I mean, that's worse than the Great Depression.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
That's horrible.
Absolutely horrible.
It's horrible. So, and that's, breadbasket. This is where the California Central Valley feeds millions of people. So, well, it's already time for a break at 6:32. When we get back, so excited, we will have a wonderful author, New York Times best-selling author John Tavis will be on. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are On the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050, and we will be right back.
Missed something today, yesterday, last week? Check out our podcasts at www.kcaaradio.com. AM 1050 KCAA. We leave no listener behind.
California headline news: more firefighters arriving and weather conditions improving as the battle to stop the devastating Valley Fire continues. Cal Fire officials say nearly 600 homes and hundreds of other structures have been destroyed since the fire broke out in Northern California Saturday.
That fire is 61,000 acres and only showing about 5% containment. Significant impact to communities around Middletown, Cobb. There are communities now, for example, Cobb, that have almost been 100% decimated.
Cal Fire Chief Ken Pimlott: the blaze only 10% contained. Some residents in the fire zone finding ashes and rubble where there once were homes.
A homeowner showed up to survey the damage for the first time and discovered that his home was gone. He had tears in his eyes.
Correspondent Amy Holyfield: despite the difficulties of fighting the Butte fire along the Calaveras-Amador County lines, fire officials say that 4,400 firefighters on scene are getting a handle on it. It's 35% contained. Geico weather: storm activity in Southern California. Jeff Scott, California News.
Imagine having an emergency without a phone. Your car won't start and you're late for work. How do you call your job to let them know where you are, or call school to let them know you won't be there to pick up your child? AT&T knows some Americans face life without the comfort and security of a phone every day. And that's why AT&T offers Lifeline, which provides reduced monthly phone rates and optional toll blocking at no extra charge to families who qualify. Additional discounts may apply to those living on federally recognized tribal lands. Get the peace of mind that comes with a reliable and affordable phone. Lifeline from AT&T. To find out more, call AT&T at 1-800-288-2020 or visit att.com/lifeline if you have access to the Internet. Lifeline is a government benefit program, and willfully making false statements to obtain this benefit is punishable by fine or imprisonment and could result in termination of Lifeline service. Lifeline enrollment requires certain eligibility documentation and is non-transferable. Limited to one discount per household. AT&T service is not available in all areas. Other restrictions apply.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Ron Pritchard for this morning. We've got scattered showers, thunderstorms, cloudy skies, high near 80. Tonight, scattered showers, mostly cloudy, low near 65. Wednesday, chance of showers, partly sunny, high near 80. Wednesday night, patchy fog, mostly cloudy skies, a low near 63. Patchy fog. Thursday, sunny skies, a high near 85. Thursday night, mostly clear, low near 65. Sunny on Friday with a high near 90. Mostly clear Friday night with a low near 67. Sunny on Saturday, a high near 92. Saturday night, mostly clear, low near 68. Sunday, sunny and a high near 94. That's your weather forecast for this hour from the station that leaves no listener behind, NBC News Radio, AM 1050 KCAA.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, or check out the savings and place your order online. VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills.
Broadcasting more local radio programs than any other station in California. We are KCAA.
Oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said shut up and dance with me.
Welcome back. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on the Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. So excited to be talking to our next guest. John Tavis has written, first of all, a New York Times bestselling author, and he's written a book about the Vatican prophecies, miracles and that sort of thing from the Vatican. And let me tell you about him. In 2012, John Tavis retired as a Rome bureau chief of Catholic News Service, the world's largest and oldest religious news agency, after covering the Vatican for 30 years. He has won numerous awards for reporting, and in 2007 was presented the St. Francis de Assisi Sales Award, considered the highest honor given to the Catholic press. His first book, The Vatican Diaries, a behind-the-scenes look at power, personalities, and politics at the heart of the Catholic Church, was a New York Times bestseller. He has lectured extensively on Vatican affairs and now divides his time between Minnesota and Rome. Big difference there. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here. I'm in Minnesota right now.
Oh, you are? How's the weather up there?
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Wonderful. I can't imagine two more different climates, Rome and Minnesota.
Exactly. Well, Rome suffered the heat wave this summer. Minnesota stayed cool, so
that's
go figure.
Nice. Well, that's nice. That's nice. So tell us about your time in Rome, and then what led you to write this book.
Well, I covered the Vatican beat for 30 years, and I pretty well knew it inside out. And when I left, I thought there's really one major aspect of what goes on at the Vatican that most people don't really understand, and that is how the Vatican approaches the supernatural. Because, we live in an age of reason. We live in an age of skepticism. And a lot of people, quite frankly, when they hear about Mary appearing to people or some miracle happening or some statue crying tears of blood, they just think, well, that's hogwash. And actually, there are many people at the Vatican who feel the same way. So I was interested to present what the behind-the-scenes process is when the Vatican is called upon to investigate these kind of things. And it is fascinating because, on the one hand, the Vatican routinely investigates and approves many miracles. They have done this with hundreds of miracles, and they generally rely on medical science to verify the fact that a healing had no scientific explanation, had no medical explanation. On the other hand, when it comes to other manifestations of the supernatural, say Mary appearing to a group of visionaries, or a housewife who thinks that God is dictating some divine message to her, the Vatican is very, very cautious and generally tries to keep the lid on things and tries to keep these people out of publicity and keep Catholics from following them.
Huh.
So do they have a criteria that they follow, a basic outline of how they investigate these things?
They do, and the criteria varies according to what they're investigating. If you're talking about a miracle, it's generally in the process of proclaiming somebody as saint. So the Vatican likes to have a kind of divine stamp of approval that this person really is a saint and really is in heaven. So they ask that a miracle be shown. And what they do is they rely on medical experts and theological experts. And there's this incredible procedure of verifying every single step. But when it comes to, say, appearances of Mary or miracles that came after prayer to say, a relic or something like that, the Vatican has a much more ambiguous procedure. It's generally, they try to keep it under wraps. They try to investigate the person, first of all, Like, is this a believable, a credible person? They try to see, is money involved? You know, is this person after publicity? Is this person going for profit? Is this person actually humble, which is, you know, something that counts in their favor?
Right. So it's not the guy who sells his piece of toast with Jesus on it
because,
to the Inquirer.
You know, if Mary
is probably
appears
not.
one day and says, you know, vote Democrat this year, well, it's going to be pretty suspect. In fact, no matter what party Mary might say to vote. If Mary instead has a message that says, look, people need to help the poor, well, that might actually be considered at least potentially authentic.
So what about relics like the Shroud of Turin, which has gotten so much publicity, and I don't know that the church has really come out and talked about it being authentic or not.
No, in fact, the Vatican has never said anything one way or the other, which is interesting because the Shroud of Turin has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. Many people believe, many don't. The church actually approved carbon dating of the shroud in 1988, and the results, in the eyes of many people, were disastrous because the scientists came back and said, yeah, we dated the cloth to the Middle Ages. So in other words, it could not have possibly wrapped the body of Jesus Christ. It must be a fake. On the other hand, other scientists have said no, because the samples they took, the tiny samples they took, were probably from an area of the shroud that had been mended in later centuries. So there's a debate going on there. The church has never said one way or the other. Interestingly, popes have sometimes given their own opinion. I remember I was with John Paul II on his plane, and we reporters asked him about the carbon dating test and said, well, what do you make of that? And the Pope just said, I think it's a relic, which means he believes it really wrapped the body of Christ. And at a certain point, a Vatican aide came up and whispered in the Pope's ear, and the Pope turned around and said, well, the Church has never pronounced on this. And then he added, but I think it's a relic. And so, you know, it kind of is in the eyes of the beholder, and it depends on how it impresses you. But the Vatican has never said one way or the other. And one reason is that, you know, if it does turn out to be fraudulent, or if they discover, no, it really was made in the Middle Ages, the Vatican doesn't want to have kind of pinned credibility of the faith on that one object.
So one of the things that you discuss in your book is the apparitions in Marian in Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Right,
so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a real problem for the Catholic Church. In some ways, some people consider it a great gift, but at the Vatican, it's considered a problem. These were apparitions that began in 1981 to 6 young people. And those young people are now, of course, middle-aged, and some of them still say Mary is appearing to them every day with a new message every day.
Oh.
Yeah, and it has drawn millions of people to this tiny village in Bosnia-Herzegovina, many of whom say they've experienced wonderful things, spiritual graces, conversions, and the Vatican is aware of that. But at the same time, you know, there's a backstory to this, and the backstory is that some of the local priests who are with the visionaries have had a long-standing dispute with the bishop. And at one point, it appeared that Mary was siding with the priests against the bishop. So that's a red flag for the Vatican, obviously. And the Vatican has been investigating this for 3 or 4 years now. Pope Francis recently said, well, we're going to say something about it soon. So people are very, very curious to hear which way the Vatican is going to weigh in. As for the Pope, he said recently, look, people who wait for Mary's message every day, they're really seeking novelty. You know, that's not the way to go. And that was seen as kind of a tipping his hand that, look, he really isn't convinced by Medjugorje. So we shall see probably sooner rather than later what the church has to say about those.
Now, have you found that some popes are more open to these kinds of miracles than others? Are some more spiritual and others more dogmatic? And I'm thinking about the differences between maybe John Paul and Francis and then Benedict.
Exactly, yes. John Paul II was very open to the kind of mystical experiences. And I told people privately, even about Medjugorje, he supposedly said, I would be there today if I weren't Pope. And, he really had a sympathy for Marian apparitions. Pope Benedict, much less. Pope Benedict was a doctrinal expert, and he knew that, whatever these claims about apparitions and divine messages are, that no Catholic has to believe them. Even the approved Marian apparitions at Lourdes and Fatima, we're, as ordinary Catholics, are not held to believe that they're authentic because they don't really add anything to the faith. And Pope Francis now comes along. He's very devoted to Mary. He talks about the devil all the time. In many ways, he's a traditionalist that way. But he also doesn't want people to go overboard, which is why he said, don't hunt for supernatural signs. That's not the way to be a good Christian.
Very, very interesting. So how do people get your book? And do you have a website so people can follow you and stay on top of what you're doing?
I do have a website. It's www.johnthavis.com. And the book goes on sale today wherever books are sold. So whether you order online or go to your local bookstore, which I always encourage, it should be there.
Wonderful. Well, what a delight to have you on the show with us today. Thank you so much, and this book is fantastic. I'm going to dive in.
Yeah, great.
That's wonderful news. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So we've been talking with John Thavis. He has written a wonderful book, I think, for Catholics and non-Catholics alike, Vatican Prophecies, and he's a New York Times best-selling author. Got to pick it up. It's on sale today. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And we are on The Brink, the morning show on KCAA AM 1050. We'll be right back.
Penny for your thoughts? Sorry, ideas are priceless. AM 1050 KCAA.
Hi, this is Steve Aladort from Rancho Financial with the Mortgage Minute. With property values increasing, this might be the perfect time to do a loan checkup to see if it makes sense to refinance. Do you have an equity line? If your equity line is getting close to 10 years old, your payment is about to fully amortize. Coupled with the certainty that the feds will soon increase short-term rates, there might be a substantial jump in payment on your line of credit. If we combine your current loan, equity line, and possibly even some of your credit debt, there could be a substantial reduction in what you have to pay each month. Do you have VA eligibility? VA will allow 100% cash-out financing. This may be a perfect time to use your eligibility. We can go 85% cash out with FHA or 80% with a standard conventional loan. There are many possible options that could make a huge difference in your monthly payments. That's why you need a loan financial planner to provide you with all of your possible options. Give me a call, Steve Aladort, at 888-563-1070. That's 888-563-1070, or go to loanfinancialplanner.com.
Are you looking for the right place to purchase your landscaping items? Well, come see us at Hydroscape. Hydroscape offers a large selection of irrigation products including Irritrol and Toro, such as their efficient precision nozzles. For 40 years, Hydroscape has been family-owned and operated, serving Southern California. With 17 locations, our knowledgeable and experienced staff is equipped to help you with all your irrigation, landscape, and outdoor living projects. Whether you're installing irrigation systems, wanting to maintain a healthy landscape, or simply create a beautiful lit space for outdoor entertaining, Hydroscape is the place to go. Visit our website at hydroscape.com for more information and find helpful articles on our blog. Or call our customer service center at 1-800-395-4477.
It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
Here's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Di Rice. Experience the West's railway heritage with the largest collection of locomotives, passenger cars, freight cars, and cabooses at the Orange Empire Railway Museum in Paris. Take a ride on the museum's demonstration railway and feel the clickety-clack of street wheels. Hear the train whistles and streetcar bells. Get a grand tour, visit the gift shop, and learn about the West's railway heritage dating back to the 1870s. Trolleys and trains operate every Saturday and Sunday from 11 until 5 p.m., including major holidays. Steam trains run every third Saturday and Sunday of the month, and special events are held throughout the year, including a major annual fall event and a spring rail festival. Make plans to check out the Orange Empire Railway Museum located at South A Street in Paris. Call 951-943-3020 for more information. That's 951-943-3020, or go to oerm.org for the Orange Empire Railway Museum. And that's a look at the community calendar on KCAA 1050 AM.
The KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org.
KCAA Radio, Loma Linda, where no listener is ever left behind.
Ladies up in here tonight, no fighting. We got the refugees. No fighting. No fighting. Shakira. I never really knew that she could dance like this. She make a
Welcome back. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And it is time for Todd's Tech Time.
Good morning. So I was going to talk a little bit about some of the things that were announced by Apple last week. We talked about the iPad Pro. One thing we didn't talk too much about was the Apple TV. And Apple has had a product that they've called Apple TV out for, 4 or 5 years now. And it's basically a little black hockey puck-sized box that sits next to your television set. And effectively, it was just a streaming device that allowed you to play on your television things from Netflix or things that you purchased from the iTunes store. But they announced a big update. They've changed it significantly. Originally, it was $100. They marked it down to $99 or $69 for the for the older version. The new one will.
You were going to say $90. Wow, you get $1 off.
Yeah, went from $99 to $98 special deal just for you, Erin. The new one's $149 or $199, so the price went up quite a bit. They jumped from their A5 processor to their A8 processor, so a significant upgrade into a modern processor. And what they've done is they've effectively taken the Apple TV and made it into a couple different things. First, they've created an operating system around it for developers to write apps for. So now there'll be applications that you'll be able to download just like you do on your phone. Now, those applications will be something different than what you get on your phone in some ways. One of those ways is that the games obviously will be played on the big screen. So to control that, they created a brand new controller that has motion sensitivity in it, much like an Nintendo Wii, or the Wii University, I guess is Wii U is what they've got now. The motion sensitive device or your phone or an iPod Touch can be used as a controller for multiplayer games through the Apple TV. So I suspect we're going to see a big change there in that most of the downloadable games through the Apple Store have been significantly less expensive than buying cartridges. Now, video-wise, it's probably not going to compete with something like, say, the Sony PlayStation or the Microsoft Xbox, but still, it's a fairly inexpensive device for people to be able to play games. So I think that's going to make a change in the gaming industry to some extent.
So are the games the games haven't been developed yet though? People will be developing them.
Yeah, when it releases, there will be some games available, but obviously they won't have a full store just because it's going to take a little while to develop these. There are some limitations to it too, because you're only allowed to have like a 200 megabyte download into the application store. And some of the games that are played on like PlayStations and Xboxes are 20 gigabytes of data, which is an order of magnitude larger than a megabyte. So, there's significant size limitations on the games. But then Apple has developed something where the game resides in the cloud, so it's most of the software for the game is in the internet, and then it dynamically loads what it needs and doesn't need. So if you've got an internet connection, which is required for the Apple TV anyway, theoretically it'll be downloading the information and caching it on the device so that you should be able to make a significantly larger game without having all of it local on your device at any one given point in time.
Okay, so here's my question: why would I buy Apple TV as opposed to buying an Xbox or buying, a Wii or some another program? And I say this because I can watch Netflix on my Xbox. I can play the games, the big games. Not that I'm a gamer, but my son is. That kind of stuff. Why would I buy the Apple TV?
Well, if you have an Xbox, you probably wouldn't, because you basically already have the streaming stuff. If you have an investment in iTunes content, if you've bought music and or videos through iTunes, the exclusive way to play that is through an Apple device. And so there's a tie-in there, and you would want to do that. If you're looking at something just to buy up front, it's significantly cheaper. But then if your emphasis is watching TV, it maybe makes sense. If your emphasis is playing games, there are better game devices out there, at least thus far. I mean, we haven't seen exactly what it can do, but that would be my guess.
So this competes more with the Roku than it does like an Xbox.
Well, it does compete with the Roku, and Roku's actually had gaming capability in its device for a while, although it's very, very limited, very simple gaming. I would say, game-wise, it's going to be very similar to the Wii, at least initially, but it has some advantages just in the way the operating system is structured. The other thing that's kind of exciting, and this is something that some of these other streaming services don't do yet, is they have in their voice commands, in their Siri voice commands, they have integrated the ability to identify video. So what they're going to talk about is video content delivered as an app. So you'll download an HBO app, you'll download a Showtime app, you'll download an Amazon Video app. And so you won't just have games, but you'll also be able to pick and choose what kind, the History Channel. You want to watch history, download the History Channel app, and you'll be able to watch the History Channel. And if they take advantage of the developer's kit, when you use the Siri device, you'll be able to say, I want to watch something about the Civil War. And it'll bring up all the shows that have Civil War as a tag word in it, as a keyword, regardless of whether it's on the History Channel, whether it's on NBC, whether it's on iTunes, whether it's on Netflix. So you'll see all the different options and pick what you want to watch, as opposed to flipping through channels trying to find things on the subject or on the person. And they demonstrated this with, I think they've got 3 or 4 partners on launch. Like Netflix is one of them, Hulu, obviously iTunes is their own source. And so you could say something like, I want to watch movies with Kevin Bacon, and it would then list movies with Kevin Bacon. And then underneath the movie, it would tell you, okay, this one's on Netflix, and this one's on iTunes, and this one is from somewhere else. And that's a pretty significant change in the way we go about finding content to watch on television now.
That's very cool. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, and to me, that's probably the most interesting aspect of this, is because they've got an operating system, they're tying that into, they're opening that up to developers, so the developers will be able to tag keywords into the app that they create that provides video content.
So we
searchable.
We are completely out of time. That was a great report. Now I want Apple TV. Thanks, Todd. No, I'm just kidding. It is 6:59. I'm Erin Brinker.
And I'm Todd Brinker.
And thank you so much for joining us this Tuesday. Have a productive day, everybody. This is On the Brink, the morning show on Kcaa AM 1050.
This is Kcaa Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of BuySellMakeOffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale. Sign up now. It's free.
I'm Chris Maurer, CNBC Business Radio. This week, it's all about the Fed. Investors have been trading cautiously ahead of the Federal Reserve's policy-setting meeting set to begin tomorrow. On Thursday, we'll find out whether the Fed will raise interest rates. Americans were doing a lot of spending last month, buying new cars, restaurant meals, groceries, and clothing. The Commerce Department says retail sales rose in August, but at a slower pace than July. Carl Icahn is raising his stake in Cheniere Energy to 9.5%. The activist investor is already the largest investor in the liquefied natural gas company. And the space race is on. Jeff Bezos will be visiting Cape Canaveral today, where the Amazon.com founder is expected to announce his private space company's role in a rocket program. Bezos and Richard Branson are both trying to develop commercial space flight. Chris Maurer, CNBC Business Radio.
There are no guarantees in love, but there is a guarantee from EH Plus by eHarmony, our new personal matchmaking service. At EH Plus, your own personal matchmaker gets to know you so well, we can guarantee introductions that will be satisfying and exciting. EH Plus goes far beyond regular online dating sites, and that's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
Flu season starts with all kinds of symptoms. At Walmart, we can help you be prepared before they show up with products like Mucinex to help relieve chest congestion and Delsum to help silence coughs for 12 hours. You'll also want to be ready with Sudafed PE to relieve sinus congestion and pressure, and Motrin for body aches and to reduce fever. So don't wait until the symptoms have already started. Be prepared for flu season this year. Stock up on everything you need at Walmart.
Use all products as directed.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
It's time for KCAA traffic. I'm Erin Brinker. It is a mess out there. A little bit of rain can do a lot of damage. Carpool lane blocked in Redlands on the 210 westbound at San Bernardino Avenue. In Riverside, stop-and-go traffic at the 60 westbound between the 215 and the 91 Riverside Freeway and the I-15. Traffic slows again from the 15 to the 57. The 60 east is heavy from the 57 to Rubidoux. In Chino Hills, an accident. The shoulder is blocked on the 71 northbound at the California 83 Butterfield Ranch Road. This involves a semi on its side. In Corona, an accident. The left lane is blocked on the 91 eastbound approaching Highway 71. There is an overturned vehicle. In Riverside, the off-ramp is blocked at the 91 eastbound at the 215/60. Riverside 91 eastbound transition to the 215, and an injury crash is blocking the connector. Also in Riverside, stop-and-go traffic on the 91 westbound between Pierce Street and Green River Road. East is heavy between Surface Club and the 15, and again from La Sierra to 3rd Street. The 71 south is busy between Pine Avenue and the 91. In Colton, an accident. The right lane is blocked on the 10 eastbound before the 215. Also in Colton, stop-and-go traffic on the 10 westbound between the 215 and the 15. The 210 west is heavy from State Street to the 57. In Corona, there's an accident. The shoulder is blocked on the 15 northbound at Highway 91. There's an injury crash involving a car into a light pole. Also in Corona, stop-and-go traffic on the 15 northbound between Hidden Valley Parkway and Harupa Street. 15 south is heavy in pockets between the 210 and 6th Street. In Fontana, an accident has been cleared on the 15 southbound approaching Sierra Avenue. Stop-and-go traffic from Glen Helen Parkway. In Fontana, an accident right lane blocked on the 15 southbound approaching Summit Avenue. In Paris, stop-and-go traffic on the 215 northbound between Van Buren and Mill Street. South is slow from the 10 down to Columbia Avenue. The 60 west is also busy between Heacock and the 215. Stay safe, everybody. This has been your traffic report on KCAA AM 1050, and I'm Erin Brinker.
This report has been brought to you by SoCal Honda Dealers. The SoCal Honda Dealers want to help you get where you need to go with this helpful report. Visit SoCalHondaDealers.com today to learn more about their award-winning Hondas.
For more local radio every day, tune into KCAA Loma Linda.
Like to spend a few days in another world? Then write this down. Golden Bear Cottages, Big Bear Lake. Now, listen, this is not some corporate-owned operation. It's family-owned and operated by some real nice people. Unique? Oh, you bet. Golden Bear Cottages features 28 one-of-a-kind cabins on a 5-acre historic...
Money manager for the last 18 years. He is a regular contributor to the Fox Business Channel and Bloomberg Radio. In addition to this, he is a regular contributor to TheStreet.com and MarketWatch.com. Now he's live here on the Wall Street Business Network. Here is Bill Gunderson.
And welcome to the, what is today? Tuesday. It is September the 15th. It's the live edition of the Best Stocks Now Radio Hour with professional money manager Bill Gunderson, president of Gunderson Capital Management. How are we doing today? Well, a little bit better than yesterday. We await that big Fed decision this Thursday. In the meanwhile, the Dow been pretty quiet. It was quiet yesterday. I looked all day through my database. I looked high and low. Couldn't really find anything. Today maybe we'll find something. We'll continue to look. The Dow is up 48 points right now. The Dow is at 16,419. The S&P 500 is up 4.5 points. It's at 1957, which was a very good year. The NASDAQ is up 12. That translates into 0.25%. 4,818 is where we're at on the NASDAQ right now. Crude oil seeing a little bit of a bump higher. There has definitely been a correlation lately between crude oil and the market. When the crude oil markets are up, seems like the stock market's up, and conversely, when they're down, the market is down. Well, we're up 0.5% today at 44.24.